opportunity today. Got a special guest today, former pro basketball player all the way from the U.S. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and find out his story, see how his upbringing is, how did he get into that passion of basketball. So yeah, man, how's it going over there, Jarel?
It's going pretty well, man. I'm making the adjustment. Being back in America after a long, a long journey overseas. It feels good, especially to be home with my family, and just enjoy it. With COVID, I'm being safe, but man, just glad to be back home, man. It feels good to be back in America after being overseas so long.
Okay, okay. So yeah, man. So where you at right now? And so yeah, where you at right?
I'm actually back in Atlanta. I actually got back Friday. Um, I'm coaching right now in Tennessee. That's like a 4-hour drive, but I came back home. My wife wasn't feeling well, so I came home this weekend. So family
Oh
first.
yeah,
At the end of the day, family
definitely,
first.
definitely. Yeah, man. So yeah, so for people who don't even know you, how did you get into basketball? Was it like an outlet for you back in the day, or is it something that just
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say an outlet. I would say because my older brother played, and then my dad played when he was in high school, but my older brother Kelly Chavis, he played when I was small. So going to his games, watching him, it kind of got me liking basketball. And then I started trying it. I guess my dad put me in little league, and I started liking it. And, it went up from there. I didn't think it would go this far, but it went up from here, man. And so that's why I picked up basketball.
okay. So you played in college, right? Delaware State, Delaware.
Yeah, I played at college. Yeah, Delaware State. I ended up graduated. I went JUCO first, and then I transferred. I was at JUCO, then I was supposed to go to Winthrop, and then I transferred to Delaware State and had a full scholarship, full ride, full basketball scholarship. Played there, graduated, and after graduating, I saw a couple more friends playing overseas, and
Uh,
I wanted to go that route. So that's how it happened.
ah, yeah, man, going overseas, that must have been a big adjustment. Because I know when I left from going overseas for the first time, it was big different. Missing your family, new atmosphere, new friends, different environment, language, food, all that stuff. So how was you adjust to stuff like that going over the first time?
I would, if, my first year, it was a big adjustment, because I'm always close to my mom and dad and being in another country. But if you ask me, man, I think it helped me grow as a person and get more mature, uh, make better decision makings. Because when you're over there, it's just you, or unless in the team. But most of the players are from that country, so it makes you grow. It makes you look at things differently. I think that might have been the biggest thing that helped me change as a person is that I mature more once I start playing overseas.
Yeah, because I remember you mentioned you played for like what 7 different countries, Singapore, you did some time.
Yeah, 7 yeah, 7 different countries, but my favorite country is Australia, man. Like, I still talk to people in Australia to this day.
Oh, really?
I loved it there. And actually, man, while I was in Australia, that's when I met my wife again. Well, my wife, I said again, I mean, I met my wife because we caught back up on Facebook while I was in Australia.
Oh,
And then when I got hurt,
uh-huh,
it just worked at the right time.
uh-huh.
So when I got hurt, I came home. That's how me and her rekindle, and start talking from there. But we started talking while I was in Australia playing on Facebook.
Oh, okay, okay. It's nice. Yeah, I mean, like me and my wife, we also
Yeah.
met through the internet, so I know just how that is. Yeah. So,
Now we didn't meet.
oh, now,
We didn't meet like we before.
oh, before,
Like we met before,
okay.
but we caught back up on Facebook. Like I can't sit up here and lie. Like I saw on Facebook, that's when messenger. I was like, oh, long time no speak. What's up? And it just started going from there. And it
Oh,
was when I got hurt, when I tore my Achilles, and I came home back to America. She was there for me while that was a tough time.
yeah. So I remember some time back we did maybe I'll post that in the show notes. We did a video, he was sharing your story about I mean, your season was going really well in Australia, having a great
Yeah.
season. And then to pull that Achilles, I mean, that's one of the worst, things you want to pull.
Whew.
'Cause, like Kobe Bryant, I remember he pulled heads and like it
Yeah.
hurt piece trying to get back into it, like Kevin Durant, all these guys. So how was that for you though? Like having your first like I'm not sure
It was
first serious injury.
that was my first scary. Well, I messed my ankle up in college my senior year, going into my senior year, but this Achilles was the worst. And we actually, me and you did do that video. You know that video got like 4,000 views. I like, and
Yeah,
actually, till this day, sometimes people hit me up because one of the hashtags that we added in that video that you did when we won the championship has Achilles. So a lot of players that has Achilles, they type that in YouTube and they watch my video. They'll find me on Facebook like, man, your video gave me hope. And I'm like, oh man, I'm glad it did. Yeah. So I never told you that, man, but I get that a lot in my Facebook. People that go through that injury, not just basketball, like soccer. They were like, man, your story made me look at things differently. Like I can come back from this. So yeah, man, hats off to that
and
for sure.
when I did that video, I could feel the passion, the like the heart,
Heard, man.
like everything, the emotions do that, man.
And that I really we had to stop one time because I started crying. But then
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
I think that injury had yeah, that injury definitely I think it made me come take a seat.
Mhm.
All right, come take a seat. In that 8 months, I was able to spend time with my grandma before she passed. So
Mhm.
I think that injury kind of like, okay, Dre, you need to sit back a little bit.
Mhm.
Come on home for a little bit. I'll let you go back
Yeah.
and come spend that time with your grandma because I was very close to her. If that injury didn't happen, like you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, you're
I
on
was
the other side.
had so much time with my grandma before she passed. So at the end of the day, I'm not frustrated with that injury. I was, but then it gave me time to spend with my grandma before she passed.
Yeah. What did your grandma mean to you? I mean, I know you're close to her, like she like
Well, out of all the great
growing up.
Yeah, out of all the grandkids, I was the youngest one out of 5. Uh, yeah, out of 5. I was the youngest. So I was the one they always used to beat up on, and I didn't know my other grandparents
Yeah.
because, I was young, I was young.
Mhm.
So this one right here, man, I was closer to her. Like I've been there through everything with her. So
Uh,
we were just close, man. We were just close. That was the only one that I was close to
uh,
because all the other ones had passed
yeah,
away before, gotten older where I actually realized, oh, this is my grandma
yeah.
or this is my grandfather. I didn't know them. So that's why we were so close.
Because I know, like you was in Singapore and you did a lot of coaching and you'll go back home and I'll see on your Facebook, like how close you are with your family. I mean, your brothers, your mom, your dad, and everybody's like really close. It's good to see that just where everybody's close means a lot.
Yeah, I'm very close to my family, man. That's why I'm trying to raise my son, Jackson. Family first, man. At the end of the day, no matter what, money, job, it's family first.
Mhm.
So that's just I guess that's how I was raised. So I try to raise my son the same way. I want him to see all his cousins.
Exactly.
Life is too short, especially how the world is right now. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember when I found out you had a son, I was like, wow, I think Jerel, he gonna make a great father because the way I see you, first time I met you in Singapore, when you was doing the coaching for the kids, and I see the passion that you put into the kids. I mean, you're always helping kids and giving your all, and I just knew that right there. That's like a foundation. You can give all to people that you don't know, and then when you have your own kid, I know that's gonna be a blessing. You're gonna really put some work in for that your kid.
Definitely, definitely passion. I love, especially every time I came back during the summer after I was playing, man. I always worked basketball camps, and we'll get into that later. But it's just one camp that I worked every summer, Nate James,
Uh-huh.
and I actually work for him now.
Oh,
So
okay.
that meant a lot.
Uh,
Yeah, that meant a lot. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So, like, so the story that you shared with me, how did that actually change who you are today? Like your upbringing, your story, all you went through, and with the pandemic going on, what's some of the things that actually, how has that changed your outlook and how you do things today? Like pandemic going on, like from last year, and the story that you have went through. How's that made you a better person, or any things that you learned from it?
I learned one thing is that you can't take life for granted. Um, you got to go for what you want, and that's one thing that even when I was in high school and well, middle school and high school and college, people tell me that you're not going to make it. Like one thing that I can say is that I'm never going to give up. Like I'm gonna go for what I want. Like especially like anything, not just sports wise, but like if I'm focused about something, I'm gonna go get it, man. And that's just like with anything. Like I look at my son now, and I'm glad I retired.
Mm.
Like I really am, man. Like I'm happy. Like I don't get me wrong, I miss overseas, but to see him grow, man, like I can't be selfish anymore. Before I used to be selfish. Before I even got married, I was selfish, you know. But now with having a family, you can't be selfish anymore. It's your kids first, your wife, Jack's first, then Megan, then me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's
last.
me.
Father's the last.
Yeah, and that was hard for me to accept because I've always been, you know, by myself. So
Yeah.
it was always, you know, I'm gonna do what's best for Jerel. But now, man, it's totally different. I think overseas helped me with that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, 'cause I mean, I don't know you like personally, but I know you, and yeah, I know I see you grow. You know, just been on the social media, just every once in a while we chit chat, and I see how you've grown. And sometimes, like when I had my baby, my daughter, it's like, like how can I? You know, you think it's like a big old job, you know, becoming a father, but actually it's just a natural thing. You just get into it, and you just want to just give everything to the kid, you know, and you just take the back seat. As long as they're happy, you're good.
Definitely, man. Because don't get me wrong, like I thought about it, like you know, that 9 months really made my decision because last year, Megan and Jax couldn't come see me at all when I was in Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
And so that played a big downfall because, you know, she whenever I was at visiting, you know, at least 2 or 3 times the 8 months I'm there. And then for her not to be able to come and Jax couldn't come, that 9 months I did not see him. I missed so much where it was the perfect time where I was like, do I want to retire? Do I want to stop? But then when that job called me and then I was like, Jackson, I was like, put together, okay, I need to come back to the marriage.
Yeah.
I need to come back.
Yeah, I mean, let's get into that. Oh, I mean, because people probably wondering, you know, what's this job you keep talking about? And, you know, because I mean, you did the coaching. I mean, you was going to the former basketball player, going as a basketball player, and then you went into coaching for kids and things like that, camps. So where you at right now? What's this job you're talking about? Like, what's this the career you're into?
Yeah, like so basically I can tell you how I started in April. And I think it was in April, end of March, middle March or April. I was on IG one night, you know, the time zone was 12-hour difference. So I'm on IG and I see Nate James is leaving Duke. And I'm like, so I type in Google Nate James Duke, Austin P. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. I mean, Coach Nate James, he's played at Duke and then he coached at Duke. And, you know, he's a legend. I mean, won a championship playing and won a championship coaching. Like you can't beat that. Like that's a blessing. I reached out to him. I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about retiring. I really wanted to get into coaching. The last 5 years, I've always networked. Like when I'm home talking to coaches, my mentor is John Thompson in North Carolina West. So we always talked. And I just reached out to Coach Nate. I was like, hey, I'm thinking about retiring. I would love the opportunity. But see, every summer I worked this camp.
Mm-hmm.
Never missed it for 6 years straight. Every summer I came home, he don't know this, but I based my vacation because I like to travel. When I was home for summer, me and my wife traveled. Well, before my girl, we traveled, beach and stuff like that. So I always based my vacation around his camp because I wanted to help. I wanted to help at his camp, but also learn from him. Yeah, because I saw what he was doing. He played overseas. He played college ball like me. So, and then after college, he made that transition to coaches. So I watched that over the years, and that's just something I wanted to do. So I just reached out to him, and we talked for a few. He wanted to see where my head was, and he said, "Let's talk. We'll talk when you get back." I was like, "All right." So I'm hyped. I'm hyped. The head coach of Austin P. It's the same conference as Murray State, where John Morant went, plays for the Grizzlies. Payne that plays for the Suns. It's the same conference. And I was hyped. I'm Googling, but at first I was like, Austin P, I think that's in Texas. I said, man, I can't go to Texas. My wife and kid in Atlanta. I said, that's 2 different sides.
Yeah, we got.
So I Googled Austin P. And I was like, oh, this is Tennessee. So I said, hold on, let me see how far Tennessee is from Atlanta. Oh, 4 hours. I was like, oh, that's not bad. Oh, gotta talk to my wife about this first.
Oh yeah.
He talked about it, and one thing about that I can't say seriously. She was 100% behind me. Like, go for what you want. And so, yeah, man, he took the head coach job and brought me on as director of player development. And one thing about it is, it's what I got down there. He allowed me to spend time with my wife because I've been gone for 9 months. So he let me spend time with my wife and kid. I got June, the whole month of June, and I had to come back down because we had camp there at Austin Peay. And I came back around July, middle of July, and I've learned so much since July, just being around him and the rest of the coaching staff. And I love it, man. Every day I love going to the office. I'm learning so much. So yeah, man. But at the end of the day, I cannot believe I'm a Division One. I'm a Division One. Yeah. Let me stop and record. I sometimes I sit back and think like I'm really at a Division One school coaching. Like I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to get into coaching, honestly. Like I've talked to people and I knew it was. I just didn't think it was gonna happen this quick. But you know, when you pray and you pray about things, when you pray for something and it happens, that's
Yeah.
this is the outcome.
Because you said he also worked with a lot of big players that's in the NBA right now. While he was at Duke. Just to give people
Nate,
context
yeah,
of who he is.
Nate, he brought in, Nate James brought in Zion Williams, Brandon Ingram. He was there with Kyrie. He was there with Quinn Cook,
Wow.
the Plumlee brothers, Hood that plays for Portland. Like he's just known, and so like every day I learn something from him. Like every day, it's like it's just I'm gaining knowledge, and why not start with a person that you look at and want to be not and be like I'm learning things from him. Like man, I'm like man, I can't believe I'm standing right beside this guy. Like
freaking out you also though.
yeah. And, like and a lot of the players on the team, man, they come to me and they ask me questions, not just about basketball, but like man, like life, and I can relate to them because I'm not that far from them in age, but like they ask me and they ask me a lot of questions. Just know that they ask me a lot of questions, and then just about certain things on the game, so I'm able to break it down to them a little bit, a little bit different than how they see it.
Yeah, because a lot of these guys
Because from me playing a little bit.
I mean, right out of high school.
Say it again.
I said a lot of these guys are coming
High school, yeah. So yeah, a lot of them coming out of high school, and then a lot of them came from another Division One or Division Two school. So they transferred in.
Nice. So, what's something that you wish you would have known before, like the career you're in right now, or what you're doing right now? Actually, you're just starting it, but what's some things that you wish you would have known before getting into the career, like what you're doing right now? Is it something like you go about your day in the career you're at right now, and you're like, man, if I would have knew this before, or something like that.
I wish I would have took a video sessions overseas when I played a little bit serious, because now I'm watching video session and the way that they look at the videos, the other coaches look at it. I'm like, and I'm in the video session like, dang, they all right. Like I never looked at the video the way they look at it because I was in a player's shoes. Man, I wish I would have sat down and actually studied film. So if I could take that, man, when we was in film session, I was a player. I'm looking at, okay, what can he can go left? I need to do this. We're actually breaking down film. So I could start that over, man. I would definitely take video session serious.
True. Yeah, during your time, like
that's mostly it with that. Probably, you ask me.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so like, is there any people like during your time, during your journey? Is there any people like during your journey that influenced you? That any mentor, books that you read, or quotes, or something that really hit resonated with you that just help you propel to who you are today? Or
one of the things that really helped me, I read this Jesus Calling book every morning when I wake up. I think that definitely helps me. Not a day go by I do not read it. I read this first thing I do when I first wake up. I read that, and my mom and dad, like they have always been by my side, supportive. So I give them I give them so much credit. I talk to them every day, like no matter what. Still, and my mom and dad, but I give them a lot of credit. I definitely give him a lot of credit. And then the next thing I gotta give to my brother Kelly, man. No matter what, he's always got my back advice wise. I can call him about anything. So he's definitely another person that helped me through my journey, got me where I'm at. And then in the day I gotta give it to, man, my wife. Like she's been by my side, supportive. I mean, how many wives that they let you go overseas and like she's back home by herself a lot. You know what I'm saying? When I was playing. So I give her a lot of credit, man. So if those are the four people that I have to give credit, I gotta give credit to them. But before all of them, I give God first. Because without him, nothing of this is possible, honestly, man, because I pray a lot. Like I'm not into it like that, but I know where my help come from. I've always given him his time, no matter what day. So I think at the end of the day, man, without he's made all this possible.
Facts. Yeah, man. So like, this is the Nickel Mindset podcast. I just want to know, your mindset. Like, do you have any like particular incidents like in your life, any struggles, how you got out of it, and how you really had to change your mindset, or just like any struggles that basketball wise, life wise, that was it maybe the injury or something else that that really resonated with?
I think in high school I hung with the wrong crew when I think it might have been like my ninth or 10th grade year. No, I think it might have been like, let me pause that. Let me stop. I think it might have been in high school. I can't remember what year, but I was hanging around the wrong crowd and I made some bad decisions. And I think if I would have kept going the route I was, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I mean, nothing bad. I wasn't doing drugs or anything. But, I was hanging around the wrong crowd. And, I'm glad I did a 360 with that, and I started hanging around positive people, and made my life different after that. Definitely. So I think that that one change helped me for sure. And then the second change that I can say has to be that Achilles injury. That Achilles injury made me look at, okay, after this basketball drill, what the world are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's good.
So that injury made me be home for 8 months. I got to spend time with my grandma, but also I got time to think about, well, what's next in life? Like, what do you want to do? Have you ever sat there and actually thought about what you want to do? And I never did. I was just basketball.
Yeah.
So that 8 months I'm home, and then I start helping out, coaching at my high school. He would have me come in, and I would help coach on the side, but it was nothing like, it was nothing like a job. He was like, hey, whenever you're free, man, can you come help us out? I'm like, yeah. So when I started doing that, I was like, oh man, I kind of like this, help a kid. The kids come up to me like, hey man, hey, how do you do this? How do you do this? Like, whoa, like you looking at me like, oh, man, like you play overseas. Like, man, I hope I can do that. So that helped me like, okay, man, I might want to get to this coaching. And so that's when I started working camps every summer. Every summer I come home, I also used to sponsor kids, the less fortunate kids that couldn't afford to go to camp. I used to sponsor them, at least 3 or 4 kids at Nate James camp, because I wanted to give back, but also, man, I want to give a kid an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, and then I started networking a lot. I started networking so much with college coaches. So that helped me out a lot because I wanted to get in that route. So got to network, especially if I'm not here for 8 months. Summertime is key.
Yeah.
So that was very important for me during the summertime, is to get out and talk to people.
Yeah, because a lot of people really don't like think about it. Like when they're young, they got that athletic ability, and but once that one tweak or something happens, it's like, hey, there's another route you got to go now. It's like this door is closed, so what are you gonna do now? So yeah, I mean, it's good how you have to a lot of times you have to pitch.
So I'm glad. Yeah, so I'm kind of glad that injury happened. I mean, sometimes I wish it did, but I'm kind of glad it happened because it made me spend time with my grandma more, but also it made me think about what's next after basketball.
Mm-hmm.
but still stick around basketball and coach, or do you want to go into another field? And I felt like I wanted to go into basketball and help kids. And now my dream came true.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, one question I always like to ask people, like, what would you can like consider like success? I mean, some people like consider success money, some might consider success family or career. I mean, what would be your like definition of like success for yourself or for your family?
My success is, I think my success is seeing where I came from and what I've done, not just money wise, but like I look at my wife and kid, like that's success. I look at how I've grown and matured over the years. That's success. I I haven't been to jail, haven't been in trouble with police. That's success,
Mhm.
especially being an African American. Uh, like
I feel I see it all the time. Yeah.
yeah, nowadays, so I feel like that's success for me. I'm not locked up. I'm doing positive things. I'm able to influence kids. So that's success in my eyes. Not what I have or what I can buy. Success is look where I'm at now.
True. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can relate to you right there. Yeah. So, I have this one question. So you player development, D1 school, say like potentially you become a head coach and you got to start recruiting people. So are you going for somebody with hardcore work ethic or just raw talent, or you try to combine them? Because you got people out there, they have that raw talent, but they don't have that work ethic. They're not getting into the gym. They're not coming in the morning. They're like the Kevin Garnett's, the Kobe's, the Mamba mentality, but they just have raw talent. What's your take on that?
All right. So if you would have asked me this a couple years ago before I actually was a coach, I've been around Nate a little bit for the last couple of months. So I look at things differently now. Before I would have said, okay, I need a person that can give me a bucket. I'm looking at this, but I need this. But now being around him, I need a student athlete. I need somebody that's going to be good in the classroom and somebody that's going to work hard on the court and give it 100% every day. So now I'm looking at, okay, if you don't have the grades, now I got to worry about if you can be able to play first, second semester.
True.
I can get a kid, get a bucket, but then guess what? He's not doing his classwork. Now he can't play second semester. Now I didn't lost. Who am I playing now?
Hmm.
So to that, now put myself into a coach's shoes now, since I've been in for 4 months, I need a student athlete. I need a person that's gonna take care of this work. I ain't gotta be behind them, but also I need a kid that's gonna bring it every day in practice,
Yeah, yeah.
even on his off days. Um, every day. I need you to get into it. I need you to work hard. It's gonna have its rough times. It's gonna have some bad times, some good times, but you can pull it through.
Yeah. True, true. But yeah, the reason I brought that up though, because I remember when in Singapore we was playing for like the Falcons and Singapore, the SPL league. And I mean
Mhm.
the work ethic that you put into your game, like, me, I'm just a guy to come, I'm just a rebounder. I just come in, but guys like you really work on your craft, you're doing your thing. I see, you're doing your stretching before the game, you're out there shooting shots. And so where that work ethic come from though? Because I mean you personally had a pretty robust regime is going, like to get prepared for games and things like that.
That work ethic came from because so the work ethic. I think the work ethic came from after college. I didn't work as hard in college as I did when I was playing overseas. During the summer, I spent a lot of time in the gym. I didn't need anybody with me. I mean, I had my trainer every now and then working me out, but I would go to the track by myself. I would go to the gym by myself. I mean, you have people hit you up like, "Hey man, can I come work out with you?" Okay, cool. And then sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. Like, so I think the work ethic I had was I got to get. Nobody's gonna help me get it. Help me get it other than my agent. Nobody's gonna help me get it. I got to do it myself. So the more you work out, the more you're gonna come. Well, the outcome of it. So I feel like the more work you put in, the better it comes. That's simple.
Yeah.
So I work, work, work. You don't work.
Okay. Yeah, I could just freeze a bit, but it's all good though. Yeah, yeah, but so what's up? So that where that hashtag come from? This ain't water.
Yeah, man,
I mean,
yeah, that's
but I don't tag it, but I be using it too. I come home from a workout. I tell my wife, "This ain't water. This ain't water."
yeah, man, I came up with that hashtag, man. I can't, my homeboy, he was in my wedding, King Sambu. We came up with it, man. Like, I think we might have been in the gym one day, and I seen this kid, like, literally, like, he had some water, and he poured it on his shirt. And I'm like, "Hey, what?" I'm like, "Bro, what? Why did he do that?" So then he took a picture, and I put it together like, "Bro, you did not work out." So me and my homeboy was sitting there, and I just, we thinking. And I was like, "Bro, we got sweat. That's you just pour water. This ain't water.
This
Like
ain't water.
this is sweat. Like this is a grind. Like I didn't do this. Like I made my shirt wet. So we came up with this ain't water. That's how it happened. Couple people, I should have kept pushing it like I was, but then that stuff takes time, and I'm like, I'm good. So I had a fan in Singapore was like, "Yo, can I get a shirt?" One of my friends back home named Moses, he made me a shirt called "This Ain't Water" because he liked it. So I'm wearing it around. I'm wearing it around in Singapore, and a fan came up was like, "Yo, can I buy one of these shirts?" I'm like, "I don't have a shirt to sell."
Okay.
Thought about it. I was like, "Man, I think I'm gonna order me some shirts to see how this go." Man, I got 50 shirts printed in Singapore. They said, "This ain't water. This ain't
Oh,
water." I sold every shirt I had.
wow.
Every shirt I had. I was surprised, but the fan support in Singapore was amazing, man. I love
Yeah, yeah.
Singapore. People,
Yeah, I mean, 'cause I know. I remember with one girl. I forget her name. That you worked out in Singapore, and then she came to I think North Carolina to work out with you again, and you end up going to college.
yeah,
Wow, I mean, you must have really instilled some values and some hard work ethic, and
yeah. That's my man, Tumor Lauder. Shout out to him. His daughter's Aria Lauder, and man, that's one of my best friends, man. To this day, we talk probably one or twice a week. Still to this day. His daughter went to IMG.
okay.
And now she's playing. She has a full scholarship at Colgate University, Division 1. So she's playing there now. So
Nice, nice.
yeah, they're like family to me. I mean, he came to my wedding, so all them single. Yeah, so he's definitely family, man.
Yeah, yeah, nice. So, yeah, man. Let me see. Yeah, so pretty much, yeah. And when anything else we want to share, on this podcast. So, yeah,
Oh man,
it's been a pleasure, talking to you, and
yeah, man, it's been
I
a
learned a
pleasure.
little bit more from you.
Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, man. It's been a pleasure. I mean, when you wrote me, because I honestly I don't check my phone like that anymore. I mean, I be busy. So and then when I wrote you, when I saw you wrote me, man, I would love to. I mean, me and you met. We always been cool, and I was like, yeah, man, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I've been on a couple other people's podcasts. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. I just had to find the time. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I actually was supposed to be in Tennessee now, but my wife is sick, so I came home for the weekend. I'm going back tomorrow. But yeah, man. If one thing I can say, friendships. At the end of the day, man, it's about friendships. Like no matter how far you're away, you don't talk that much. Like you hit me up, I'm definitely like hey, what's up? I'll do it. Yeah. So friendships to me is key. Like no matter how long, we don't go without talking.
mhm.
Like I'm big with friendships. At the end of the day, no matter what. That's just me. Um. So if the key things in life is friendships and networking, man, because you never know who somebody else know. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
that's the one thing. Like I talk to anybody. Like, because at the end of the day, that's how you get it. Sometimes. You never know. This person might tell this person something else, and mess around, have a job. You never know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's one
Like
thing my mom always told me, like, never burn no bridges. You never know that person might know somebody, that's gonna, help you out. So as bad as you want to burn the bridge, don't burn it because you
yeah,
never
man,
know.
definitely, man. My mentor,
Yeah.
Coach Thompson, he's cool with Nate. He's cool with Nate James, and so I think that kind of helped me too because that was my mentor. But I didn't know they were that close. So that helped me out a lot. So, you never know. You never know who knows somebody. I knew they knew each other, but I didn't know they were that close. So
Yeah.
that helped me out a lot.
So for like, if somebody was like, that listen to this podcast, they hear your story, you know, basketball player, maybe, finishing college, didn't get a NBA ride or whatnot, and they want to come to become a coach like you. They see you successful. Man, how can I do it? What would be advice for them? What would be some kind of advice that you would give to them? Like they listen to this podcast, watching the video, and be like, man, I want to do this also. What advice would you give?
The most important advice I would give them is network. Um, put your pride away, contact people. Never be afraid of the answer no. I've heard no plenty of times. Jobs coming up to play, emailing coaches, hey, hey, have you signed your guard this month? I mean, this year, like, don't be afraid of the word no. Let that motivate you. It definitely damn motivated me. Excuse my language. It definitely motivated me because I took that no and made, okay, you don't want me? I'm gonna prove it. And actually, man, going back to Australia, the team that I played for my first year, Maroochydore, no, the first year was Ipswich. Ipswich didn't want me my first year. I went to Maroochydore, played there that season, killed Ipswich. The following year, they gave me they brought me to their team.
Oh, really?
So I used that no on that because it was in between me and guard. They went with the other guard. So the game when we played them, I went to work. The following year, when I went back to Australia, I played for that team. The team that told me no the year before.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you got to turn that into a motivation.
Oh man, that definitely motivated because they didn't pick me. They did not pick me when I was hot. Because I mean, me and the coach were talking, and they didn't go with me. So I said okay. So I went to another team in the same league, and so I use that as motivation. So to look at this video, never let anybody tell you that you can't do something. Not just dealing with sports, but in the workforce or whatever you do. Never let anybody tell you can't do nothing. Continue to work and pray, and it will come. Because prayer changes things. I can tell you that for sure, man. Till this day, like I get the message till this day, man. I don't know how you got it, man. It's tough to get a Division I coaching job. They be like, man, you lucky because a lot of people start off at the high school level, and it takes them about 4 or 5 years to even try to get after that. They might go JUCO route, and then they might go D2. So I'm thankful for this opportunity, man. At the end of the day, I am.
And so, lastly, like, what's your vision? I mean, what do you see? Like, you just see yourself coming up to like a assistant coach, or you looking for the big pictures? What's some of your goals you have in mind for yourself, like going forward at now that where you at right now?
Honestly, man, I love it at Austin P. Right now, being around Coach James, I hope I can be with his staff. I hope I can be with him wherever he go, or if he's here the next 3 or 4 years. I hope I can be around him because I'm learning so much. But in the day, man, I just, I'm just thankful for the opportunity. So wherever it leads me, I'll go.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And especially when you have an understanding wife that understands your job, it makes it a lot easier still. It definitely does. Because I don't know what girl would put up with the stuff that I have. Like, I give her a lot of credit. I was telling her today, man, I'm thankful for you. Like, I really am. Because I don't know too many wives that will let their husband leave for 4 months. I mean, 4 years, and she was home by herself. I mean, but she came to see me 3 times, but, like, I don't know too many wives do that.
yeah. And I mean, it takes trust, commitment. Yeah, there's a lot of things that goes involved with that.
Yeah, so
Engagement and everything. Yeah.
I give her a lot of credit for sure. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and think about this too, man. every time, like people, I don't think we know about this, but the younger generation, they don't know about this. I never take this off.
Oh, what is that? Can you explain to 'em?
What would you just,
Uh-huh.
yeah, never take it off, man. Like I've been wearing this since college. Never take it off. If it breaks, I go buy another. I will literally search on Amazon if it because it breaks sometime because when I
Yeah.
was playing, but I never take it off. So one time in the game, the ref told me to take it off, so I went and got it tatted on my wrist.
Oh, okay, okay.
What?
Yeah, it ain't coming on there.
Yeah, it ain't coming off now. What would you? I live by that, man. Like I live by it. Never take it off. Nothing will ever be on this wrist with this by itself. So I live by that.
Well said. Yeah. Well, I definitely want to thank you, Todd, for podcast. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be could take some benefits from this, different perspectives, and yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted to reach out to you because I know you had your story touched me. You know what you had went through. You know, basketball. You know, just in life in general. So you were like one of the first people I was like, I got to get him on a podcast. If I'm starting a podcast, I got to get Jerel on there because
Oh,
I
that's
know
all, man.
we connect, and I know, yeah, we go way back, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can benefit from your story. Maybe people you're working with right now, and people that's going to be all over the Spotify and iTunes and all that. So yeah, once again, I want to just thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Definitely, man. Yeah, man. Me and you go back, so yeah, I couldn't say any of this. As much as I'm tired, like like I my schedule's crazy, man. But when you told me, hey, I want to do the podcast, man, like I'm down for it, man. Just let me know when, for sure.
All right, man. Well, that wraps it up for the Nichols Mindset podcast. Thanks for tuning in. One question though, so yeah, so where can people find you at if they want to like learn more about you or where you're working or just you in general?
All right, my Twitter page is Rel015. My IG is the same thing. My Facebook is Jarel Chavis Rel. Um, if you have any questions or anything, you can go there. My email is coachjarel5@gmail.com. If you have any questions regarding this podcast or anything, man, any questions trying to get overseas, I wouldn't mind helping or connecting with other people. Feel free to contact me. If I do not, trust me, if I do, it might be a while till I respond because I'm busy right nowadays, but I'll definitely get back to you. But that's all my contact information for sure.
All right, cool. Well, we'll leave that in the show notes below. So yeah, you can reach out to them, like you mentioned. If we're trying to go overseas, trying to get a coaching deal or coach kids or whatever it is, it'd be down below. All right.
Yeah.